Assalamu alaikum. A very good morning, dear students. I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to discuss your novel Scalig, that is chapter 6 and 7 from page number 14 to 19. So I request you all please open your novel, that is Scalig, and open page number 14, because we are going to discuss chapter 6 and 7, and you must have your notebook as well, English literature notebook. Its learning objective is reinforcement of chapters 6 and 7 from Scalig through written work. As you know that we have discussed each chapter in school, but here we are going to revise and recall all the important points from these chapters. And you know that we always do an activity before start lesson. So let's see what's an activity today.
We did it, hey? Evolution. See how the head changes shape to hold up big brains? Did I say big brains? Maybe I should qualify that, Mr. Coots. Right, get out your exercise books, everyone. Quiet! Michael, where did these come from?
How big they are?
Quiet!
I don't know, sir.
Okay, calm down. Wait.
I don't know.
Leaky, was this you?
No, sir. No, it wasn't me.
Leaky, don't touch anything. Quiet, everyone.
I'm not taking the blame.
Calm down.
What are you doing? Do you like birds? I suppose. Do you like drawing? Well, it's better than history and physics. Do you draw the things around you? You ask a lot of questions, don't you? Drawing makes you look at the world more closely. Helps you notice the details. Whatever. Didn't anyone ever tell you it's rude to stare? Anyway, I noticed plenty. Yeah? What colour's a blackbird? Black? By the way, there's an insect in your hair. Like I said, details.
Yes, these are some clips of the movie. So I will also share the link of the movie, and then you can watch or see the movie as well. Okay, now you have to open your novel and page number 14, and you will also underline because some important lines. Here I am sharing the summary of chapter 6. But before this start the summary of chapter 6, I want to ask that what happened in chapter 1. And you know that how did the writer start the novel? It's basically about a boy, and the main character is Michael, and he is explaining, the writer explains that he found someone that's, and he starts a novel with the word him, who was laying in the dirt and dust and darkness in the garage, and he was so filthy and pale that he seemed to be dead. But Michael finds him when his parents are with Dr. Death, worrying about his sister. So Michael also does not like the house at all, especially because he knows that previous owner, an old man named Ernie Myers, died there and wasn't found for a week. So that's why he does not like this new house. And Michael also wants to go, and he wishes to go back to the old house. But his parents seem to think this is an adventure for them. But then he also wants to, if you have noticed that he also wants to go to garage, and because he is very curious about the creature he just found in the garage, who was filthy, who was pale. And there was also the garden which has been introduced in chapter 3, which was supposed to be wonderful but not so beautiful, and it was full of weeds and bricks and stone. So this is all the from the previous chapter we have discussed already. And you know that in chapter 4 Michael also couldn't sleep just because of the imagination of that person that he had just seen, and he thought that the man is also coming into the house, but he tells himself that it's just a dream. And then he can hear his father's snoring. Okay, so we have to move on to chapter 6, where the Michael just gets home from school. His dad is grinning about the hard work that he had done, and he also moved old Ernie's toilet, which had been in the living area near the end of the old man's life, outside to the garden in this chapter. So you must open your novel in front of you and underline some important lines. Okay. He shows Michael some old birds. He found that they are nearly as hard as stone. As you know that the writer also uses here a simile, and he uses the literary devices and figurative language here to make the image in the reader's mind. Then after that goes upstairs to take a bath. Michael decides he is going to go into the garage. Why? Because he is very curious to know about the mysterious creature. The start of a novel is so mysterious, and he sees a mysterious creature in the garage, so he wants to see him again. So he tiptoes inside and moved inside with his flashlight and hears the sculpting and scratching sound, and he tells himself that he's might be stupid, but he was dreaming, and he would never see the men again, but he does. So that all about the chapter 6. And on page number 16, the last paragraph is very important. So you must know that how did the writer describe the fear of Michael. And the writer had used powerful vocabulary, powerful verbs here to describe the fear of Michael when he just going inside and deep thought inside the garage. Okay, we have to move on to chapter 7, page number 17. I hope you have opened the page number 17. I leant over the tea chest and shone the torch, and there he was. So he hadn't moved, he opened his eyes and closed them again. Basically, here the writer is telling us about the mysterious creature and the person he has seen he had seen there. You again, he said in his cracked and squeaky voice. Squeaky means very high sound or cry. What are you doing there? I whispered. He sighed like he was sick so to death of everything. Now, writer is describing or giving us a description of the mysterious character. That's he was so weak. This mysterious character was so weak because of sickness, and he couldn't move his body properly. And he also uses writer also uses the technique or device here, the repetition, nothing, he's quit, nothing, nothing, and nothing. I watched a spider scrambling across his face. He caught it in his fingers and popped it in his mouth. The whole page is describing about their mysterious character, and this page, these lines are also very important. So we have to see the summary as well. The man didn't move, he sighs and asks in his quaky voice for an aspirin. Why did he ask? Because he is not well. Michael tells him that they are going to clean out rubbish and that the garage could collapse. Why did he say that? Because he's very concerned about the mysterious creature and the man, and he also wants to care. He wants to take care about him. So that's why he was telling him that the garage would collapse. The man's face is pale and his black suit is dirty. We have discussed this, that they had explained, the writer is describing here the physical appearance of mysterious creature. And again he is described in a way that he pops up spider into his mouth. So Michael asked if he's Ernie Myers, because he was not sure that he was assuming he is not sure about that he's Ernest Meyer, or because he had a fear of the death that he had just listened by the person who had shown the house to their parents. And the man is also, so how did the man react to Michael? In a very disrespectful way. And Michael then asks Michael what he wants. So Michael replies nothing. He tells the man he can come inside, and the man laughs. Man means here the mysterious creature. Okay, the man mysterious creature laughs and but does not smile. Michael asks if there's anything the man would like to eat. Again you can see the character of Michael, that who is showing the care and concern about the mysterious creature or the man in the garage. So Michael asks if there's anything the man would like to eat, and he replies 2753. What does it mean 2753? It's a Chinese food. Michael is confused. The man tells him to go away. Then Michael backs out into the light, and he can see that through the frosted bathroom glass. and he can hear him singing. A voice asks, if you have noticed in the clip that a voice asks if he is a new boy, Michael turns around and sees a girl's head sticking above the wall. He says yes, and she says she's Mina. He stares at her. Why he was staring at her? Because uh, she's a stranger for him, and Michael does not know about her, so that's why he is staring at her, and she says well, and he is confused. Finally he says his name, and she tells him it is nice to meet him, and jumps down. So that's all the end of this chapter 7, and the writer has introduces about the Mina's character in this chapter also. This is all the summary and the discussion of chapter 6 and 7. Now we have to move on to the written task, that is question 1. You know well that how to write your written work, and you have to prepare your literature notebook. You will write date, revision, and day, and then you will write topic Scalig chapter 6 and 7. You will mention chapter 6 and 7 also in topic. Then you will write learning objective, that is reinforcement of chapter 6 and 7 of Scalig through written work. Then what you have to do, you will write question, what do you know, what do you think about the description of filthy creature in chapter 7, explain it. Means in this question you will just describe the physical appearance or the description of filthy creature or the man who was in garage. You will describe it in your own words, you will explain it in your own words. It's on your book, page number 17 and 18, and you can easily write about it. So write it in with maximum line, because in literature, in English literature, you have to write, you have to explain it more and more. So don't write just 2 or 3 lines, it's not enough for the answer. You have to write a paragraph, at least 6 to 7 lines. Okay, so here you will just describe about the filthy creature that Michael had seen in garage again. So that's all from my side. See you in school, inshallah. Till then, have a nice day. Allah Hafiz.